Hello, this is David Parsons, also known as Die Turbo. Um, this is a series on YouTube where I'm calling a working class point of view. Basically, it's the same as my other YouTube videos, only just slightly different. Basically, giving you views on everything and anything to do with what's going on in the world and giving you a little bit of a spin on things. I'm going to kick the first few episodes off by giving you some details exactly of who I am, what upbringing I come from, and give you an idea of exactly what kind of personality I am based on the book that I've written called How Mean Is My Value, which I'm still doing my best and trying my best to get published, but at the moment you've got to keep trying when you fail. So basically I'm going to give you an idea of exactly, I'm a poor working man, struggled all my working life due to a lot of conditions, particularly from dyslexia, which I didn't find out about until 13 years ago, till I went into the fantastic industry called K. Um, I had no help pretty much in school, left school with no qualifications. I had enough common sense to understand that living in a poor area, Blaenau Gwent in South Wales, that things were not going to be easy for me in an area that is struggling and been struggling for years. It was never going to be easy, but by God, it's been one hell of a roller coaster. It's been a ride. There's no mistake about that. There's been so much in my life that's going on, but I'm lucky that I'm one of those people that can turn a negative into a positive at most things. Not so much with what's going on today with this virus and everything else that's going on in the background. So my father's Ginger Parsons. He's still alive. He'll be 99 in February. He's a bit of a local character. Maybe some people say a bit of a local legend. Character, tells jokes. He's old school. He's not politically correct, as they say. He'll tell a racist joke, even though he hasn't got a bad bone in his body. There's an ongoing situation with racism, or if you say anything about black people, you're a racist. It's something I don't believe. I've told racist jokes. Does that make me a bad person? No. I know a few black people. They're great people. There's good and bad wherever you go. Some of my favourite singers are black. Some of my favourite actors, like Eddie Murphy, one of my all-time favourite actors. Do I like black people? Yeah, you're damn right I do. But we live in a world today where everybody's labelled, and if you don't like this or don't like that, it's an hate crime, you're a bad person. Hate and anger is part of who we are. You shouldn't have to apologise for it. It's who we are. It's in our DNA. And people get angry. People get happy. That's who we are. But we live in a world today where we're more judged than ever, in my opinion. You've got to look a certain way, you've got to act a certain way. It's all based around our peers, the people higher up than us. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, can't eat, can't drink, can't. Freedom is a thing of the past, in my opinion. So yeah, my father worked on the pit all his life, left school, didn't have much of an education, worked on the pit all his life, struggled financially, and I was brought up in a financially struggling home, like most. I'm not ashamed of it. I wear it as a badge. I'm proud of being poor working class. And despite everything I've happened in my life, I still keep going because that's just who I am. So yeah, growing up in Cum, I had a time in my life, I had a fantastic childhood. I've got so many memories, and the great thing about dyslexia is my short-term memory is abysmal, my long-term memory is fantastic, and that's the only gift that I got out of this dyslexia. Grew up in the late 70s, early 80s, got so many friends, so many memories, running around the streets. We had nothing. I spent most of my time up the mountains in the summer picking windberries to go over the leisure centre with my friends, running around the cars, playing games, cannon, kick the can, even kiss chase. Yeah, I used to kiss the girls and I used to run. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around, but yeah, well. Uh, it was an happy time. The music was amazing. 1984 came around. I was 12 years of age. I was on, no, sorry, I do apologise. I was 11 years of age. I went up to the Ebbowvale Comprehensive Glenavon School, and it was not the nicest school to be in. I got some great memories, but it was a horrible school. It was run down. It was like a prison camp. It was like something out of Tinko, if you can remember that. And if you don't, have a look at it. It's a damn good show. 1984 come around. My two brothers worked on the pit. They came out of work. The miners' strike was on. There was a lot of things, and it's no mistake when I look back now, and I'm more confident than ever that was the death of the valleys, the miners' strike. When they went back in 1985, yeah, they were glad to go back to jobs, but for how long? And it wasn't long before most of the pits closed. Where I live in Cum, the Marine Colliery shut down 1989, 1990, and that was it. It was end game. And our great government, past and present, just leave us to fend for ourselves. The valleys is treated like we're like a lost world. We're like the world of time forgot, if you can say. It's horrendous what have gone on. We've been treated so badly, and we deserve so much better. The miners' strike was a rough time. It was an exciting time for me because I knew what was going on, but didn't realise to what extent how bad thing was. But changed the community, and it was the beginning of the death of the community. You know, I go back to the days where, you know, we had Princess Diana and Prince Charles got married, and we were on the street parties. You don't see none of that sort of thing now. And this virus, you know, this COVID-19 nonsense is going to put to death to a lot of things. We'll have an understanding this time next year. 21 will be a year where we're going to look back and see exactly how our lives have changed and how our world has changed. Because there's a lot more to come, believe me when I say that. You know, this is the tip of the iceberg. 2021 is going to be the year to watch out for. So yeah, 1984, 1985 changed the valleys pretty much. You know, there was a lot happened, and we had such a close community. I mean, the streets of Cum used to be buzzing in the 70s, 80s. We used to have a carnival. It used to be massive, probably 15 to 20 floats. And it was health and safety come in. I mean, over the last 30 years, we are more control now than ever. This free world, there's no free world. We governed, we're told what to do, we controlled. And this is where we're going with the virus. You know, the virus is, we're going to all this track and trace, and we're going to be tested, and you know, people are going to be monitored more than ever. And we'll find out next year exactly what's going on, but we'll get there at a different date for that. So anyway, 1985 became my favourite year for a couple of reasons. One, it was just a great year for music. I was brought up around music. It's my biggest passion. I love it more than anything in the world. I mean, I don't go anywhere without my headphones if I can help it. I just love music, all kinds. You'd be surprised what I'm into, other than opera and rap. And it's amazing how rap rhymes with crap, you know. So yeah, I was brought up around music. Music was my life, and always have been and always will be. It's got me through some of the roughest and toughest times in my life. It's brought me some of the greatest joys in my life and greatest memories. It's also brought me some sad ones. But I've always been an optimistic person, that the good times for me have always outweighed the bad times. My mother passed away last Thursday. The community of Cum and Ebbowvale, the well-wishers and the people who are giving sympathy have been out, have blown us away. And I can't thank people enough, friends, relations, neighbours, just totally blown away. It's been amazing. It's kept us all together, and we've got some tougher times to come. The main thing is now we're going to try and keep my father and try and see him through his 100th birthday, which is about 14 months away, so no virus is going to get him. It's just too damn tough for that. So yeah, 1985 was a great year for music. Lot going on. I mean, everybody was back to work then. Of course, 1984, my brothers was out at work, picketing and whatever. They struggled. My oldest brother Michael didn't actually picket. He didn't like the violence and everything was going on. He's not that kind of person. He's been heavily criticised over the years for that, but there you go, that's people's judgment for you. Yeah, everybody was back, money was flowing in the house. We've been through some tough times, believe me. We've seen poverty, my family, but you know what? It's made me who I am. And I'm not afraid to say I'm poverty stricken, or I'm out of work now at the moment, suffering with a lot of things, problems mainly to do with my dyslexia, of which I never ever in my entire life had any help for. I've done everything in the last few years to try different organisations I've spoken to. They don't want to know. That's Great Britain for you. And I just don't know what's great about Britain. Something you'll have to explain to me. Or United Kingdom. We united? No. So anyway, 1985, of course, the biggest and best thing I could ever remember in my entire life happened in 1985, and I was live there. What an amazing event. You'll never see anything like that again. It was the greatest music extravaganza of all time, and the collection of people that was involved with that, they'll never be replaced. If you get a chance to see any of the highlights or the DVDs or anything on YouTube, get and see it. I mean, Queen, Freddie, unbelievable. One of the greatest entertainers, if not the greatest entertainer of all time, in my opinion. Certainly had the greatest voice. Good old Freddie. Died of AIDS. Amazing. Really sad in the end. So 1985 became my favourite year when I look back over the years. Fast forward to 1989, it was when I left school. I was excited. Because I was leaving school and I was going to be out with my friends, beer drinking, night clubbing and whatever else, and it was mad. What a year. But I remember I'd done my best in school. I loved school. I loved English, but I struggled. I just couldn't understand grammar. I still don't understand grammar. I just can't get my head around it. I struggle. And I wanted to become, as a kid, I wanted to become a journalist for two reasons. One is I think news is important, and two, I wanted to travel. I want to see everything there is in the world, and I'm still trying to see wherever I can. 1989, I remember going up to my careers officer after I left school, after I sat my exams, after I'd done a couple of different things running up to that. And he sat me down, and his words was, well, what do you want to do with yourself, son? And I just gave him this blank look. I didn't have a clue. And at 47 years of age now, I'm still clueless. Before then, 1985, I got into weightlifting. Done it for a few months, didn't like it, I found it boring. I went back in 1986, thanks to two close friends, Mark Lewis, God rest his soul, one of the best friends I ever had, along with Sean Jones, Ian Jones, Gavin Tarr, Calvin Hunt and Justin Price, all great boys. Grant Wallace, Carl Chaplin, another God rest his soul, young boy, died at the age of 22, 23 of cancer. Lovely boy, you couldn't wish for a nicer person, so sad. I got into weightlifting and won my first weightlifting competition in 1986, Welsh Powerlifting Championship, under the tutelage of Adrian Tarr. What can you say about Adrian Tarr, local legend, an hero of mine in my opinion, fantastic guy, and Stuart James, one of the best trainers this country have ever seen, and still going. Amazing characters. I mean, the Cwm Weightlifting Club is still alive, still kicking and still going. So we'll get around to part 2 in a few minutes, so because it's coming up my time, because we've got 15 minutes, so there'll be a part 2 coming up shortly.